Visit CCGcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more.
Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In this video we'll be looking at Rampardos deck for the standard format with a clean hit and wild crash. So this is the deck that my friend actually spoke about yesterday, and we was walking at the home and he actually told me that he ordered some cards for this deck. And so far I didn't even play with it, and he told me how he is gonna play with this deck with the Eternal Flame, and I decided to build up my version of this deck. And today I played for the first time with it, so I actually had a couple bricks with it, but it's a very interesting deck. I kind of like it, I like those rogue decks that can simply, beat anything, and this is my version of the deck. I'm not sure if he's gonna like it, but I kind of like it, So yeah, let's just start from the left to the right. I'm running one copy of Eternal Flame. I know running one copy of Eternal Flame is probably not good, because you're probably not gonna start with him any time you're gonna play this deck. But once you started with him, once that luck actually smiles at you, and once you start with Eternal Flame, you're gonna be able to use Gale Wings ability and use Arrow Blitz, which is a very powerful attack with this build. You can set up very fast. On the other side, I also decided to go with one backup attacker, like a Buzzwole with the Sledgehammer, and also one Shaymin with the Rally Back. Just because I decided to play counter energies, because in some certain situations you can surprise your opponent by simply playing that counter energy either way with the Rally Back to one-hit knock at Lycanroc, or maybe Zygarde, for example, but who plays Zygarde these days? Or maybe simply to, use Wild Crash. Let's say you have 6 prize cards and your opponent managed to knock one of your Pokemons in play, and you already have 1 energy attached on your Rampardos, and you simply play counter energy, and you can one-hit knock on one of your opponent basic Pokemons just like that. And there we go. That's simply powerful, and I kind of like that. So this is the reason why I just decided, to play Shaymin as well. 4-2-4 lineup of those Cranidos, Rampardos, and not a fossil excavator kits, but unidentified fossils. This card will serve you as a basic Pokemon. Unfortunately, you cannot start with it, so that's a bad thing, and you cannot also retreat with it. So it meant to be played on the bench. You can always discard from your active position even if you're stuck with it, so that's good, for example. What else I'm running in this build? I'm running 2 copies of Rampardos and 2 Octilleries, and that's it. No Tapu Lilies, so this can also be a budget version of the deck as well. Moving on to the item cards, I decided to go with 1 Field Blower. In addition to Field Blower, I'm running 4 copies of Fossil Excavator maps, where I can simply grab either way from my discard pile or from my deck one of my unidentified fossils. Also 2 copies of Multi-Switch, because Multi-Switch is very nice in this build. You can also move your energies just like that with the Multi-Switch, from bench to the active Pokemon, and you can also surprise attack your opponent. In addition to that, I'm running also 4 copies of Rare Candies. Very nice deck, because you can simply go from the Fossil to the Rampardos, really simple. Also 1 special charge, and I decided to go with 2 Super Roads. I simply feel how with this deck Super Roads is going to be much better, just because we want to recover those energy cards, so we really don't need to focus too much on the Rescue Stretcher. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, and 2 of each Choice Bands and Float Stones as well. Some other cards that I'm running in this build from supporter lineup: 4 Cynthias, 3 Ents, and 3 Professor Sycamores. I still maybe even think how it would not be bad to maybe also run 4 Cynthias, 4 Ents, and 2 Sycamores with 3 Guzmas, because you have much greater and better chance to simply disrupt your opponent in the late game. Red cards would be nice, but there's simply no space for them. 8 energies, 2 strong, 2 special, 4 regular fighting energy cards, and that's pretty much it. This is the deck list that I'm gonna use in this video. I hope you're gonna like it. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and sub the channel for more videos, and also let me know in the comments below what you think about this very unique, simple, cheap deck for the standard format. It's a Rampardos let's do some game tests so you can actually see it in action, so see you in the game. Okay, let's do this. So, waiting for my opponent. He have pretty cool Zekrom Reshiram coin from the black and white next Destiny's starting set. That coin was in the Reshiram and Zekrom deck. I remember that because I opened a lot of those decks. And it looks like I'm gonna start with the Rampardos. Okay, it would be much better if there was a Talonflame, but when you play only one copy of Talonflame, it's not that you're gonna start with him very often. It's just, you know, possible tech for the deck. Potentially it can be good, it can be bad. It's really hard to tell, but I decided to play one copy of it, you know, just in case. Alright, looking at my opening hand, that's gonna be Cynthia play, and we're gonna refresh the hand. Not bad at all, not bad at all. I actually like the opening hand, that looks pretty good. So I can retreat onto my Buzz, and I can pass the turn. The next turn I can have Artillery in play, plus I can Sycamore for 7. Yeah, very nice opening hand. For the first time playing with this deck, I'm having a decent opening hand. I'm always getting some bad hands, but this looks like a good one. And there's also Brooklet here, which means I can grab another Rampardos and put him into play. Very nice. Ultra Ball. Oh, Zygarde GX. Okay, we can play against Zygarde. We have Shaymin available for the return knockout with the rally back. So sooner or later this is gonna be an important knockout, no doubt about it. So another Fossil. And this should be another Rampardos played as well. Alright, looks good. Maybe energy to Buzzwole, why not? Actually, Flowstone to Buzzwole, why not? Choice been play. We're gonna definitely remove Stadium because we don't need it anymore. And then we're gonna play Sycamore for 7. What we're gonna get after that? Rare Candy, a little bit too late I should say, but never mind. We're gonna throw out 2 Cynthias because we don't need them. This looks like to be first Rampardos in play with the strong energy and the choice band as well. And I can clean hit my opponent Regirock for 110 damage. And there you go, so 110 on that Regirock. That's a really amazing thing. With just single energy card. And also Rampardos is a one price attacker with 150 HP, so there's a Flowstone, and if my opponent can somehow get himself a double core energy, then he can one-hit knock on my Rampardos with that Verdict GX, and he can prevent all damage done to that Zygarde next turn. And that can potentially be a big problem for me, but I'm not gonna give up. Still, he needs to play that Bonnie if he wants to repeat that attack as well. And only he's taking 1 price card, so there's a lot of possible chance to do. And a lot of possible plays to do. I'm gonna target for sure that Regirock if I'm gonna get Guzma. I managed to get Guzma. And to be honest, I'm going straight forward for the Regirock. I have 2 Abyssal hands, so I might be lucky to pull another Rare Candy combo, or maybe not, or maybe yes. There it is, Rampardos is here. Special charge will be used. Will be definitely used. Energy, Abyssal hand. gonna go with Stadium play, and this looks like a good deal. Especially because I have another Rampardos available in my hand with that Ultra Ball. And I'm gonna take Knockout. Okay, this deck list is very consistent, which is the most important thing. So I have one price advantage, and there's a nice counter energy play. Alright, there we go. Okay, Verdict GX is not worth anymore. My opponent cannot use Verdict GX anymore as well, so he definitely needs Bonnie and return Knockout. 2 more Zygors on the bench. Another Floatstone, and so he decided not to go with a Beazle hand. That's interesting. Which only means one thing. For now, I'm gonna be in a position to attack and also power up my Rampardos as well. Ooh, Lance-Bred can do the job. Can finish my Rampardos as well. Yeah, definitely it can. Definitely it can. Because of the ANSI. So what do I need? Another Guzma play? Yep. Another Guzma play is needed. Obviously Brookwood Hill for nothing. And then a Beazle hand for 1. And then N. And then again a Beazle hand for 1. Yep. Not that good. Definitely looks bad. A Beazle hand, and we're gonna get Fossil Excavator map at least. So I can put my Fossil on the bench. And I can Sledgehammer my opponent's Zygarde for 140 with that strong energy in play. It's not bad, definitely it's not bad. Sooner or later I think I'm gonna need to focus somehow my opponent Octillery, knock him out. Because I have 2 Octilleries in the late game is gonna hurt a lot. There's another N. So no sign of the Bonnie. Which basically means that, ooh, I have Guzma available, so I'm definitely thinking about maybe knocking out that Octillery from play. And ending my opponent maybe, after that. 2 different options available. Lance-Bred obviously not for the knockout. Still not sure if it's worth. I think it's not. I think personally it's not. I mean, I have Shaymin somewhere in my prize cards and counter energy, so I can definitely surprise my opponent. So I'm first gonna go with a Beazle hand, and then I'm gonna go with the N. Okay, we can do that. And then a Beazle hand. He have too many cards in his hand. There is a counter energy I was talking about. I'm also gonna need Super Rod. But I didn't get it. Okay, at least I have one, so that's an important thing to know. So we're hitting with the clean hit for 80, and all I really need is just that Shaymin. But I'm not gonna be able to active Shaymin. Oh, I didn't get one. Anyways. So still I need to take 2 prize cards. Alright. There's a Max Elixir. Oh, energy for another Zygarde? Oh, because he had one in his hand. Alright. Choice Band, obviously he don't need it. A Beazle Hand. Ooh, I need to take Knockout against that Artillery as fast as possible, so Guzma top deck is the way to go. But I need more than just Guzma. I mean, potentially I can have Guzma available. So Guzma and N. Guzma and N. Two cards that I really need. There is a Guzma. Okay, I have Rare Candy and Super Rod and one more Guzma and one more Energy and one more N. Okay, which means Ultra Ball for nothing. Something like this. We're gonna attach energy. We are going to play a Beazle Hand. We are not gonna get what we need. So I definitely that was not the combo I was looking for. Super top deck, multi-switch play. Let's try to do that. Let's try to do that, shall we? Nope. Stupid play, definitely. But it's okay, it's definitely okay. I still have that multi-switch counter energy play, so I'm taking a risk, you know, I'm taking basically the risk. As long as there's not gonna be Guzma play, I'm okay. But if there is gonna be Guzma play, then I'm not okay. Retreat, knockout, and I have victory. Yeah, there we go, there's Lance Red, and that's gonna be GG. It should be GG. It should be GG. Counter energy play, and I'm looking forward for the Brooklet Hill, and I do have Super Rod available. Sycamore for 7. Time to play Super Rod. So I can recover Rampardos. I can even return that energy into my deck. Doesn't matter too much. Because I'm a Beazle Hand all of these cards anyways. And I have my Rampardos. My opponent have 1 prize, which means I can activate my counter energy and I can use my Wild Crash and simply knock his Zygarde out. And grab the last 2 cards, which was Shaymin and Counter Energy. For such a matchup, Shaymin and Counter Energy would be amazing because I could simply one-hit knock at my opponent, Zygarde GX, with too many problems. But it was a very nice game. It was a very nice game. My opponent had a very consistent deck without Bonnie. I was actually surprised, but at the end, that's the GG.